So that scan S25T. So we can look round the machine here. So you can see the front profile, side on, articulated arm here with a screen and the keyboard on. Sat on a standard workbench you can buy from different places. Up at 1.1 meters tall there for standing position operation. And the side profile here, you can see the vents at the top there for the hot air exit for part of the cooling system we have. Running in the back there. I'm going to zoom in to take a look at the fixturing side of things. So here you can see a quick release tooling, push down the collar, pull out the ISO adapter there with the Morse taper tooling in the middle there. You can see. Enter back in, drop down. On the front of the machine here we have a small plate you can take off. It's on a magnetic clip. Take that off to reveal the pneumatic operations there. If you want to automate the system with a gripper on the front of the machine, you can do so. Zoom out here to show you the operation on the tailstock, loading, unloading parts and running the part program itself. So here you can see I've got the tailstock position at the top, tailstock here. This is on a spring load. You have the same ISO extraction system there. And the control is done. It's a full motorized tailstock to control manually through the touch panel here. So this is a touch panel screen here to operate for part loading, running the programs, seeing the results, getting a results summary, and managing the tailstock itself, printing and replaying the part program. So on the right hand side here you'll see I've got a toolbar here to control. So I've got a slider bar. If I bring it down, you can see that brings the tailstock down. If I release, it stops. I can creep in slower if I want. So I've got a nice steady control on that, and obviously the opposite of that, I can go back up to the top just by moving. So there's a release, and there's a quick release at the top here to go all the way to the top. I want to demonstrate now reloading a part program. So when I reload a part program, it's got the configuration, or part of the configuration is to save the tailstock position and the clamping force. So I can go open program. From here you can see I've got a static program, name there, place the part down, hit the single arrow, moves down quickly to a pre-low position, then goes in, clamps the part. You get an indication of the tailstock force here on the screen, so that's at 5 newtons. Now that's the part clamped ready to run. If I want to remove the part, I can do so via the spring-loaded spindle at the top. So if you've got a batch of parts you want to go through there and play through, you can just release on the spring, or I can unclamp using the single arrow, which gives me a clearance position, take the part out and then reclamp using the same one. So optional, what your preference is. Once we're in that position, I can hit the play button. That will then scan the part. Okay, then we get the results. You'll see the colour LED status bars change. It's gone to red because there's a failure. And if I look at the panel itself, you can see, maybe I'll zoom in there. Okay, you can see results summary. I can scroll through as I wish. I can replay, I can print. At the top we've got some filtering to give me a summary, so I can see I've got 2 failed features and 18 pass. If I want to look at the failed features, I just hit the filter and I can do the same with the pass features, or I can remove the filter itself. And then if I go back to here, this is the main screen, so I can replay the part program, open another one. I can switch into reflex click mode, and this allows me then to do a part recognition or auto measure. If I just show you how the clamps, I'm just going to release the part, and I'm going to scroll on here and show you clamping the component for the first time. If you're setting up a new part program, how that would work. Okay, so I've got the tailstock out of the way. I can bring in the tailstock here, so as soon as I sit, you can see it's enabled, the light's changing. I bring it down, I slowly creep in. Once I'm in position, I've clamped the component. You can see it's been held there between centres in this case. I've got an indication of force here, and I've actually got a force manager, so I can decrease that force, so you can see it jogging back, or I can increase that force. Once it's clamped, that's then remembered to be recalled in the part program, in the configuration. I'm in reflex click mode, so I can just hit the start button here. That will do a part recognition in this case, or I can cancel out for the auto measure, so you can see the part being scanned there. Once it's scanned, we get on the screen, it's popped up telling me, okay, recognise the part program. I'm going to load 5 seconds, and there is the program executed, measured, and there are the results as before.